Hey, y'all, is Patriot Prepper, and this morning there was uh, another mass shooting happened in Colorado, Aurora, Colorado. I think so far 12 people were killed and something like 50 injured. And our prayers go out to the family. It's a very sad and unfortunate event. It's tragic. It's just hard to believe that there are that many sick people in the world. You know, I personally, I value my life, and I value the life of every person. It's just, I feel bad for anyone that's in pain. I through the years developed an extreme amount of empathy for other human beings, and I just hate to see anyone, hurt, injured, or suffering. And so it's almost beyond my comprehension that another person can do what that person did in that situation. So just want to say it's tragic, and my prayers go out to the family. One other thing I want to ask, though, is where were the sheepdog? Where are the sheepdogs? I consider myself a sheepdog. I've worked in executive protection as a bodyguard, and I still do. It's not a full-time vocation, but one of the things I do is protect people's lives. And I remember in 5th grade there was a kid, Dennis Eager, and another kid, Bill Novick. And Bill was kind of acting like an idiot. He made fun of Dennis. Dennis was not maybe the brightest guy in the world, but he was just sitting there, and Bill took a pencil and he goes, "Watch this." And Dennis was just eating his lunch. Bill took the pencil there was a big eraser on it. I don't know if you ever seen those big erasers that fit on the end of a pencil. And he took it like this and he flicked it and hit Dennis in the head. And he thought that was hilarious. And then he did it again. And Dennis just kept sitting there chewing his food. Bill thought it was really funny. And I said I thought it was like, I said to Bill, I said, "Look, you do that one more time, I want to beat the crap out of you." And sure enough, Bill took that pencil with the eraser and bam, hit Dennis in the head. And I lived up to my word. I beat the hell out of Bill, and he never touched Dennis again. Sometimes in our society, sometimes it's the legal nature, people are afraid to get involved, and they just avoid these conflicts where defending another person would take your effort. I think I was taught as a child, to help other people and defend the weak. And so today I am a sheepdog, and I'd been on forums after that other incident where the Congresswoman Guilford was shot in the head and other people were killed. And on the forum I said I would jump in and try to do everything I could to stop that gunman. And people in the forum go, "Oh no, we wouldn't get involved, it's too dangerous, they might think you're the shooter, or there's too many people you might miss, and you get in trouble with the law and the civil lawsuits." And I don't think of those things. I think of life as being valuable and precious, and I would just not hesitate to do anything and everything I could to help another human being. And even in that Virginia Tech situation. Now, I personally, it's my belief that every American, we become too passive as a society to where the point most people will not even defend themselves in a life and death situation, and they rely on the police. Well, you're putting a burden on the police departments, an impossible burden, because they can't be everywhere at once. It's impossible. It's impossible for the police to defend you. You know, it's insane to think that they could be everywhere, with eyes everywhere, defending someone. And then Americans think, oh, we just get rid of all the guns. Well, sure, the only people that are going to give up their guns are a certain percent of the people who are law-abiding citizens. The criminals will never give up their guns. The criminals will always have a way to get guns. So my premise is that people need to take defense, their self-defense, in their own hands. You need to learn how to defend yourself. You need to defend yourself, and I believe, as a sheepdog, defend the helpless. Now, our society has also made laws very difficult for people to defend not only themselves and others, but in the case of Virginia Tech, there was a rule where you couldn't carry a concealed firearm on campus. Now, if there were sheepdogs in that situation, that gunman would have been stopped in his tracks. And the same with the Gifford, you know, that's where the congresswoman was shot. If there were sheepdogs that were prepared and weren't afraid to stand up for others, that would have been held in check, and the damage and the mayhem would have been minimized. And now, once again, in this Aurora, Colorado shooting, if there was a sheepdog in that movie theater. Now, I know in Florida, probably 1 in 10 people, 1 in 15 people in any given situation are carrying concealed weapons. But if there's a sheepdog that would have responded and not panicked, and I think there was a good chance that that situation could have been minimized. So I'm just asking, where are the sheepdog? Why can't our society understand that concealed firearms in the hands of law-abiding citizens is a way to help minimize these attacks? And also, I think that citizens need to be responsible for their own self-defense and get a concealed carry permit and learn how to use a weapon and how to defend yourself. Because there are some really sick, twisted people walking among us that will always get firearms. You can't legislate situations like this. It's your responsibility. Learn to defend yourself. Learn to carry a gun. Learn to use it. And be responsible to defend your own life and hopefully the lives of the innocent and the weak. All right, this Patriot Prepper, I just want to say it's tragic. My heart goes out to those families. I just can hardly comprehend that it happened, and I want to say God bless those families, and God bless America. And this Patriot Prepper, over and out.